Okay, I'm back with the oil pump here, and with a little more effort, new screwdriver, different plan a little bit, I was able to get these knocked loose, broken loose. So, now, try to rebuild this oil pump here. Let's see what's in there, huh? Let me in. Yep. Great. Okay. So there we are. Now I can get in there and replace some of these guts. Okay, so I got the oil pump taken apart here, and so underneath the cover, which was this way, because our wear marks line up, and thankfully, if you flip it around, it doesn't line up. So that's good. I don't think you could, well, maybe, yeah, you could screw this up, because one side's got this divot here, down inside, on that side here, so that matters to where it's picking up oil and where it's spitting it. So the way this came out, this is the one that's driven by our crank gear, and that came in and drove this little guy, which has a keyway threaded into there, and I didn't find that was going to come out for me. I didn't find that it was Allen accessible, but it locks it right into there. And what I found is that there was a little punch mark on here. I could see a little punch mark already, so I was like, okay, I'll just pound that with a punch. And indeed, it came out nicely. This guy was here, and that just comes right out with a little pick. So that's disassembly. And then inside this shaft here was this cotter pin going through with this cap underneath, and underneath that was this spring, and I don't see where there's anything else in the hole. Boy, this is UV, but yeah, there's nothing down in there, see? And if we look at our piece parts that came in the new kit, we've got a new little locking thing, which I think will be used like this on this gear. I might have to use the drill press and then drill and tap a hole in this gear to do that. Here's our spring. Looks a little more springy, a little more length. And then these two are, well, sorry, continue covering this. We got a new cotter pin. And this guy, I do not know where this goes. Not at all. There's like a few caps and junk. Like here and then here and here. But none of them are the same diameter. I don't know what this thing is for. Unless it doesn't go in this hole. Well, it kind of does. It would go in there. Okay, I didn't quite get all done. Now, down in here, there's bushings. And those we want to replace. Those ride on this shaft here. You can see the wear marks. There's one here and one here. We can see that there's two. It's split. Right there, it stops. And there's another one on this side. So, gotta find something to pull those out and push these in. And that'll kind of make new bearings for this, if you will, which is going to be this new guy. Boy, and it'll go this way. I mean, there's just a little bit of wiggle there. It's not much. Certainly the old bushings aren't shot. So we'll see if I can get those out. I think I've got a little bearing pusher tool now, or a bushing pusher, but that's tiny. I don't know if I can get these. We'll see. Okay, I think this thingy is our pushing tool. look at that. That goes right in that little thing, kind of pushing the lips of these guys. So that could be what this is. It's a tool. That's nice. So I'll try that. And then I looked a little further into the kit, and I got a gasket. Well, did this have a gasket on it? It just doesn't feel like it. I'm not seeing that at all. But anyway, it does come with little instructions that say, you know, drill and tap that. And it's got the sizes and junk here for the drill and the tap. So we can do that. And we'll see how this goes. This bushing pusher thing here. Okay. If I could push them both just all the way through, that would do. Doesn't seem like I'm gaining much. Am I wounding that thing at all? I don't think I'm wounding it. Just not getting anywhere. And my bushing presser puller kit is just, that's way too big, so smallest size I got is that. Huh, how am I gonna get that done? Okay, we are back after a long delay. Still with the oil pump. Trying to rebuild this guy. So, took it to the machine shop and had the new bushings put in right here on either side. So our shaft then will insert there and have a nice new bushing. Okay, so, but when I got it back from the machine shop, I think he cleaned it up, but down inside here, there is a part that looks like this. And this came with the kit, but it was stuck down inside there, and if you look here, there's the passage down inside there. And there's nothing, no way to get at it to push that out. So I went to my junk tool. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Went to my junk toolbox drawer there and grabbed a sacrificial screwdriver, bent it up, and started to just kind of pound it in there. And this was after, you know, having this set up and soaking it with knocker loose for a good several periods. Just kind of filled this up and let it soak. So then after some pounding, that got it loose until my tool got stuck. And I went to the wire hanger, got that guy, and oops, why can't I find the hole? There it is. There we go. And now we can get that guy out, and look at that. So yeah, I think that's a good idea to replace that. It's got, I can noticeably, I can feel it, that marking on there. So it was kind of frozen in place, I think. And I think this is some kind of pressure relief valve that, you know, the spring is pushing down on. You put the cotter pin here, and anyway, so it's a good idea to get it fully apart and replace everything. So I think now we're ready to try to get it back together, and I got to study on the parts again. But I guess this will go right in here. Ooh, kind of tight. Maybe I want to clean down in the hole a little bit too, kind of figure out where this was. Okay, that's it. I got to study on this. It's been too long. Okay, still on the oil pump. Boy, you can see where the old crank was coming into this, scarring it up, ruining itself in the process. Okay, this is pretty easy pieces. This goes into our new bushings, and thankfully that set screw is already done for us. Came that way. And I cleaned the hole up, just shoved a rag down there and turned it, you know, cleaned her up. So if I get this right, that just drops right in. Nice. No sticking at all. So put our little cap in there. And I believe this is a lock washer. But see them wear marks? Right there. It looks like a cotter pin was on across it, you know. And not necessarily here. See, that's kind of the point. That little wear mark is from the lock washer, I believe. So I think we're doing it right here. Push her down and get the cotter pin in. Okay, there we go. And just bend that down. Piece of cake. Now, the challenge here, so this shaft comes through, there's our new bushings, right? Challenge here is, this is the old piece. And you see this lock set screw here. It came, the new kit came with that. It's our one remaining little part in there. So this is going to be really hard metal, and this looks like very soft metal. So drilling that out, you're gonna need to do it with a drill press for sure. And then it's got to be drilled and tapped. So that'll be the next thing. Let me see if I can press this on. Just looking at this, I don't think I can get it backwards. So the teeth slant that way on both. I flip it over, they still do. So you can see here, this gear is really eaten up. So we want a new gear. You know, otherwise I might consider reusing this, but also if I run my nail across this, it catches here. You can hear it. So I'd like to get a new one. So we have to try to do the drilling. I got the hammer. For a dead blow. Let's try to dead blow a. Which drawer we got her in? Oh, yeah. Come on. Okay, trying to pound that on didn't quite work. Just went directly with the dead blow. So I'm gonna have to put it in the vise and try that. But gotta close this up first on this side. And you know, the plate has this little indentation, and it was kind of like, okay, which side does that go on? But thankfully our wear marks line up, so that's gonna be the way. Oh, we got a gasket. Hang on. Stop everything. Let me wire brush this. Yeah. Yeah, still got some on there. I'll keep going. Okay, lots of takes on a water pump here. But let's see if we can we got the screwdriver with the corners. We can tighten these up. Push down real good. And there we go. These were kind of stuck on there good before. Okay. And now let's see if we can use the vise to press this on, and I'm going to protect it with a piece of wood here. So let's see if we can get all that in the vise. And maybe I'll put this side inward. Just kind of less, the jaw moves a little bit, so we want to get that shaft coming right into the jaws, like that. And then try to push her on nice and straight. That's not too straight, is it? Vice is kind of going at it wonky. There we go. Now it's tipping. Okay, we'll go down a little bit. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can push that guy in. Boy. Oh, I got it. It's going crooked. Huh. Great. Give me enough. So that's going on straight. Ugh, okay. Pretty wobbly. Man. That's no good. I screwed that up. I don't like that. Man. Need to just have a press that comes straight down, you know? Alright. So, this is an important failure. I screwed this up. Putting this in the vise and pounding on it probably is worse, but that little crooked action that we had in the vise, and I kept pressing. It really didn't want to go on there. But here's what we ended up with is there's play in it. Can you hear this? There. And I think the new one, or the old one, had less play. I mean, we needed to do this because of this gear. And there's signs of wear here, and this guy was probably frozen in. So I think it needed to be done, but that's unacceptable. So it's a do-over. I got to buy like a whole one put together, or another rebuild kit, do the bushings again. It's a do-over because this is the heart of the engine. If it doesn't have good oil pressure, it's not gonna be good. So okay, that's it. It's a failure. Got to start over.